We are recording. That's your cue, Muriel.
Was I starting or you starting? I don't remember.
Oh, great job. Great job. Go ahead and take it away, Muriel.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to our Freedom Lifestyle Team Hangout, actually, of today. And it's a special day. Like every day is a special day. And, you know, these team hangouts are here. I'm Muriel, by the way. Muriel from Dirk and Muriel, the couple from the Netherlands. Dirk is in the same room on the other side of this table, actually. And we're proudly presenting this hangout to you. We're co-founders of the Freedom Lifestyles team, together with Justice, the blonde girl, which you see in the box next to me. And we have somewhere here Justin Holland with a very nice printed sweater, somewhere from the south of America. And we're here to, you know, to share value with you, to show you to the rest of the team, to give you valuable training. We have a guest speaker today, but most of all, before Kim is taking over, I'm just, for all the newbies here, especially for you, welcome. And I will give a very, very quick walkthrough for what every newbie should know. For actually, if you don't have any idea what this is, what Empower Network is, if you missed some important steps for how this can help you, your existing business, or you don't have a business at all, and you just want to have freedom in your life and started this amazing opportunity, the most important things you got to really do right away after this hangout is connect with your sponsor. Find the email that Empower Network have sent you. Log in your Empower Network back office. Go to the first screen that you see and, you know, watch the Fast Start training, okay? Watch the Fast Start training. There are 4 steps you see in there. It has a welcome video and 4 important steps. If you click all those steps, you know, it's easy to follow. There are 8 core commitments videos. There's a core checklist. And you got to upload that to your sponsor. So that your sponsor has all the information to use for your one-on-one private coaching call. Because your sponsor is here. And the whole team is here, actually, to back you up for your goals and dreams. But your sponsor is here to one-on-one coach you. So you got to do that. Write your first blog post and don't miss the bonus in the first week. And with that being said, that's just the most important thing. Everyone on here should have been doing this. If you haven't, don't worry about it. You have the info in your back office and just do it. And I'm going to pass it right back to Kim because, and just one message, wait, just stay on this hangout right until the end because the best stuff is saved for last, okay? That's how we do it. You don't want to miss it. Go ahead, Kim, take it away.
Thanks, Muriel. You know, guys, I'm so excited to be here. My name's Kim Justice, along with Dirk, Muriel, and Justin and I. You know, we welcome you to Team Freedom Lifestyles. We, of course, we're here because we want freedom. And that's why we named our team Freedom Lifestyles, because that's what we all want. We all want time freedom, financial freedom, location independence, so we can travel around the world. We just want to have the freedom to do what we love. So we're here to you today, basically to, you know, share information, and we want to get you to that next level in your life and business. And I have some exciting updates for you guys because yesterday we had just a killer hangout. It was the Get Money Saturday hangout, and for those that are that completed their core commitment checklist, who have the 6-figure builder, which is all the products except mass influence formula, and who also have their ticket to Nashville, you had access to that webinar yesterday. It was 5 hours of legitimate content that's like literally, I mean, it's one of the best webinars I've been on, and it was so packed with information, guys. And so a couple updates for you that were there. You know, you have till Monday to grab your $500 discount to get all in, okay? So those that already have their six-figure builder, your event ticket, and you downloaded the core checklist, you have until Monday midnight for your $500 discount to get all in, okay, to get that mass influence formula. For those who don't have their six-figure builder yet, okay, all the products up to the mass influence formula, you get a $200 discount until Monday midnight Eastern. If we can just have everyone mute themselves out, that would be great. And I'm getting some feedback here. Okay. Good? Can you guys hear me good? Okay. All right. So those are a couple updates from yesterday. You know, there's that urgency there to get the education that you need so that way you guys can build up to the event, okay? We want to help you build your business up to the event because the event is going to be one of the most powerful events that we've had in Empower Network. It's going to be the most powerful event, okay? And so we want you guys to be there and be able to build up to that so that way your businesses are exploding, right? You know, you guys are here for a reason. You want to make that money to create that freedom. So get that education, take advantage of those bonuses, and you know, there's so much to offer back in that education. I also want to do a big congratulations to, you know, a few action takers this week, or a lot of action takers actually. You know, we had Christina, she went all in. She, you know, so congratulations to Christina. She went all into her business this week, so congratulations. We have a few people that grabbed their six-figure builder and also their event ticket. And so we have Rachel C., we have Jan, and we have Nick, who have all taken massive action to be on that webinar yesterday. We have brand new bosses, you know, this week inside of Team Freedom Lifestyles. We have Justin Holland, you know, of course, our co-creator of Freedom Lifestyles. He was on the leaderboard this week. And we also had Kurt. You know, he just went all in last week, and he's already on the leaderboards this week, guys. So it just shows you what's possible and how duplicating our team is. So congratulations, guys. Thank you so much for, you know, taking action. We're so happy to, you know, be a part of your journey. And, you know, we have some amazing content for you today. We have a very special guest, Aaron Rashkin. And I'm going to just hand it over to Jerome, because Jerome actually brought in Aaron. He's the vehicle that brought Aaron in. So Jerome, if you can just go ahead and come out and introduce Aaron, that would be awesome. And thanks, Aaron, for being here today.
Yeah, totally. Thanks, Kim. Thanks. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me? I'm in the car right now. Yeah, so I was thinking, you know, all this excitement around the webinar, the Get Money Saturday, and also, you know, just been connecting with a lot of leaders in Empower Network. And I was thinking, what would be badass, you know, who would be badass to have on this hangout? Because we have a lot of fitness professionals, fitness enthusiasts, and I was like, you know, it would be so awesome if we could, you know, just ask Aaron Rashkin to join us. And you know, I just did. I connected to him, and yeah, I really love this guy. So, Aaron, whenever you're ready, please come out and, you know, maybe share a little about yourself for the people that maybe don't know you yet because they just joined Empower. And Kim will take you along the 8 core commitments of Empower Network that most of us that has been through the Fast Start training are familiar with. So yeah, take it away. It's great to have you, man.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Thanks so much, Jerome, for lining up the call here and reaching out to me on Facebook. And I know TJ's out there, and Kim, it's great to meet you as well. And super exciting to be a part of the team today. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, cool, man.
Yep. Come on, Kim, unmute yourself. Hey,
Try to unmute other people.
Good to see you again,
No,
mate.
we're glad to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. It's a beautiful sunny day in Denver, Colorado. I just got back in from the gym a few minutes ago and grabbed my post-workout drink, my amino cocktail, and had some protein. And here I am sitting out on my back deck in this beautiful sun and just kicking it with you guys here for a bit.
Freedom, baby.
Yeah, it's funny. You were talking about being able to work from wherever you choose, right? Geographical freedom. And I got into this business for that as well. I actually always wanted to travel around the country, around the world. I live in the United States. I know some of you live overseas in New Zealand, Australia, different parts of the world. And, one of the great things about this business is that you travel with your phone, you travel with your laptop. And I make more money when I travel than when I'm at home, actually. I love when I'm on vacation because I post photos of the ocean and, sometimes the jungle or wherever I'm at in the different parts of the world. And it's all about lifestyle, because money without time is not really freedom.
Right.
And time without money is not really freedom either, because you really can't do the things that you really want to do. And so having the ability to have both time and financial freedom, that's what I was looking for. And that's why I got started in this industry over 20 years ago.
Yeah. And I mean, as a fitness professional, and I started an Empower Network, your story really resonated with me because I was the fitness professional making around 30 to 40K per year. And then your story really resonated because you just did what it took in order to be successful, and you never gave up on your dream. And I just love how I've seen you on stage several times over the last couple of years, and every single time I'm just lifted up to another level. So I just want to thank you so much, personally, because you've helped me be able to take my business to the next level and be able to share my story, because there's tons of fitness professionals out there and people trading time for money who want that freedom, but just don't know how to do it because they think they're stuck in this industry, right?
Yeah. If you were making 30 to 40 grand a year in fitness, I'll tell you, you were one of the higher paid fitness professionals.
I made badass.
I made $24,000 a year after I graduated from college. 6 years in college, got a degree in physical education with a concentration in sports management and communications. And I had a few options. I could have gone into sports broadcasting and done play-by-play and color commentary for different, local TV stations, radio stations, like those types of things. Or I could become a phys ed teacher and go get a degree in teaching and work in the school or whatnot. And so I stuck with personal training after I graduated from college because it was still a flexible enough position where I can, write my own check. I was able to sell fitness packages and memberships to, different people in the gym and so forth. But after doing that for a full year after I graduated from university, I realized I was making no more after I graduated from college than when I started college. And so I was looking for something bigger, better, faster, something that could, create an income for myself where I didn't have to have a job anymore. And I reported for work one day, and I don't shave every day. Sometimes I don't shave at all, Weeks go by and months go by, and I just don't like to shave every day. And so I went into work one day unshaven, and my manager sent me home from work because I didn't have a clean shaven face. And yet he had a mustache and he was in management, and I was I was just on the floor at that time. I wasn't a trainer yet.
Yeah.
Fitness trainer. Or a training manager. I wasn't yet. So I wound up getting sent home. And for me, that $100 that I lost that day from a day of not working, that really changed things for me. I realized that I depended on this job. I depended on somebody else's mood to be successful, to make money. And that was it. I went back to the gym the next day. I gave my 2-minute notice. I turned in my keys to the training office, and I said, I am done. And I have never worked another day of corporate jobs or any kind of job. I haven't had a job in over 20 years.
That's amazing. I love it.
So yeah, that's my background. And, I started out as a fitness professional, and, I realized I was only getting paid for my personal efforts, and I wanted to learn how to get paid on the efforts of other people. Of course, teaching people and training them and educating them and giving them, new hope and a new vision for their own future of what was possible for them in their lives. That's what really got my attention. And when I saw for the very first time that I could make $10,000 a month without having a job, without having a boss, without having a commute, without having to travel or do things that I didn't want to do, I bought that. I didn't just buy that story hook, line, and sinker. I swallowed the hook. I was a lifer from the beginning. And it's changed everything for me.
Yeah. And, you know, what I loved about, like, when I first saw you on stage, you talked about, and, you know, we'll kind of guide into the 8 core commitments. You talked about how many times you had gone through just the education that is provided. You know, obviously you're like always continuing your education, but inside of Empower Network, you talked about being product of the product. You know, for you, what does that mean as far as, you know, how to best utilize the education, and what does it mean to you to be a product of the product?
Well, the key to really understanding the business is to, you know, like model the leaders, model the people who have come before you. And our products are filled with information, not just by David Wood, but by the other leaders who are getting the results that probably most of you came here for, right? To make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of headache. Right, that was my initial goal when I first got started in home business, and I'm sure many of you are first timers, and some of you maybe experienced, you know, have a little bit more, you know, more trips cross campus than some of the others. And so, but the key is that becoming a product of the product means that your words and phrases and your actions, right, the action steps that you take every day to build your business are going to be exactly like the people who have come before you. And so, you know, knowing that there are only a few key skills in this business to begin with, right? Everything, see, here's what everyone has to understand. Everything you do falls in under one of 3 categories. This is good notes to take if you're jotting notes down or if you have your computer tablet open, right? There's only 3 things that we do every single day, right? We build a list, right? We drive traffic, right? We generate clicks, whether it's through social media, free and low cost advertising, right? Or paid traffic if we're doing PPC, or if we're doing some kind of, you know, a solo ad, or we're doing, you know, popovers or pop unders, or, you know, CPA marketing, anything that you do, to get somebody to take a look at your offer, right, is driving traffic. So, like, number one is that you always have to think about driving traffic, right? And getting people to take a look at your lead capture page. Okay. So driving traffic, obviously generating leads, right? That's building a relationship with your list, right? So, you know, you're generating leads, right? You're generating or creating a relationship. So you're building a list, you're building a relationship with your list. So the second thing that you want to jot down. So first thing, let me just clear this up. The first thing is you're building a list. The second thing is you're building a relationship with your list. And that comes in the form of follow-ups, whether they're automated, or you're sending out broadcast messages, or you're sending out a promotion. Maybe you create a social media post with a link, right, to your pages. Maybe you have your leads in a group. I know a few leaders in Empower Network that actually have Facebook groups specifically for their leads. So they'll send out a link through email, right, through their follow-up messages, if they're using Aweber or GetResponse or Infusionsoft or any one of a different number of different, you know, email follow-up programs, right, autoresponder programs. You send a link to your list and say, hey, join me in my private, you know, Facebook group. And that way you can build a relationship with people on the number one platform in the world for where people are most during the day, which is in Facebook. And so you generating or creating, I should say, a relationship with your list. And that comes by way of videos, that comes by way of blog posts, that comes by way of doing live events like this, right? If you're not going live with your list, your leads, your prospects, I'll share with you a quick story. I went to an event one time years ago, and I had a bunch of my teammates there. And I also invited a lot of prospects to that event as well, because I wanted them to see the community and the culture that we're a part of. And at lunch, right, we had an hour and a half for lunch. We had a 90-minute lunch break. And at my lunch break, I wound up sitting with my prospects. And my team members got angry. And they said, why are you not sitting with your team? And I said, because I'm here to make money. You guys are already in the business and you're at the event. You guys could have all invited your own prospects and had lunch with three or four of your own prospects. And at that event, I made a few $1,000s just from sitting with my prospects at lunch. And so if you're not being engaging, if you're not engaging, if you're not being in front of your audience, right, your live or your prospects, your leads, if you're not live with them at least once per week, they say if you don't take care of your customers, somebody else will. So it's important to get out in front of people as often as you can. And at least once a week, you should be doing a call, hangout, a webinar, a Zoom like this, get people engaged in you and your conversation, because it's all about them getting to know, like, and trust you.
Definitely. And, I love how, so being a product of the product, you yourself were able to model your mentors and who's been successful in the industry. And then you use blogging, the next core commitment, as basically a lead generation tool. And I absolutely love your, one of your websites. I don't know how many websites you have. Like,
I have a lot.
You have a lot. Like, I went and Googled Aaron Rashkin just for shits and giggles, and I saw just a whole list of every single different website, and I loved it. But your home business tips with aaronrashkin.com. If you guys, if you want someone to follow that's literally blogging and literally creating leads and, creating a 7-figure business, you guys go to his website, home business tips with aaronrashkin.com, and straight away you'll get a pop-up, and he knows his target market, right? Your target market. You're targeting people that are in home business, hence the URL. And then I love your lead capture right as soon as you pop in the link, right? So you're creating leads in that aspect. You're generating traffic to your blog. That's marketing daily. And you're doing your new member coaching through live events. Now, do you do any live events yourself on a weekly basis with your team?
Yeah, I usually pop in on my leaders live events, kind of like this, where I'm, working with you guys and sharing live, from my back deck here. I'll do this with all my leaders, and I'll invite my leads to come hang out with my leaders and me and so forth. And I've been doing that for a while. I've hosted hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hangouts, webinars, and live events, not just, over the internet, but here in my home office where I live, in Denver, Colorado. And I don't know if you can see behind me, but the house behind me is actually the house where I lived for 10 years. And I bought my next door neighbor's house and turned it into an office.
That's awesome.
And so I've used my office here for, live events now for the last almost 5 years. And I have had over 200 people come through my office events and spend time with me one-on-one, all the way up to as many as over 40 people we've had at one of our events. So just a lot of fun. And I always love to engage. Let me finish what I was saying before though, Kim. I was saying that there's 3 things. You build a list, you build a relationship with your list, and then you monetize your list. Now, monetizing your list means turning your list into money. Now, of course, people on your list are real people, so you treat them as such. However, people are the ones who buy from you. So you have to, market to the people who are on your list. And that's what monetizing means, is sharing good opportunities, good value, whether it's products or services. Maybe you develop your own products, your own info products, or your own lead magnets, right? You always want to monetize your list by giving your list exactly what they already want. And that's what good marketing is putting the right offer in front of the right person at just the right time. And when you have a good offer like Empower Network, or you have a good offer like whatever it is you're marketing, right? If your target marketing is done right, if you know exactly who you're marketing to, right? Because when you market to everybody, you market to nobody. So you have to really be specific about who you're targeting. And when you put the right offer in front of them, this is why they buy. And that's what monetizing really means, is turning your list into money. So that's important to know when it comes to, being a product of the product. I know we're going back to the first of the core commitments, right? Being a product of the product, but that's why you want to become a product, so you can learn how to build a list, build a relationship with your list, and then monetize it.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And do you have any tips for new members that are kind of starting off on what they should just be focusing on, the first thing they should be focusing on? Because we talked a lot about it in the Get Many Saturday event yesterday. But I would love to hear what your first advice for new members coming in.
Yeah, the best way to learn the system is to not circumvent the system. So in other words, you want to make sure before you do any marketing, whether it's free, paid, low cost, right? Whatever it is you're doing, make sure that your marketing funnel works. So what you do is you go to your lead capture page, you opt in, make sure that you use a fresh email address, one that your system doesn't recognize. I always recommend to people to have a junk mail address, and then maybe a test address, and then your real personal address. right? Where you want, things to come to you that you will never miss. And so with your test account, right, your test email account, opt into your own funnel. Make sure that you go through the funnel the way it's designed. So you go from a lead capture page. If you have a bridge page, which is a buffer between your lead capture page and the video sales letter that Empower Network offers, right? Some people use a bridge page, some people don't. But if you opt in and you're putting your email address into your list, make sure that email address, okay, gets, put into your autoresponder. So go check your autoresponder, whether it's Aweber or GetResponse or whatever you use. Make sure that email address is in the list. Make sure that your follow-up messages that you're sending out automatically through your autoresponder, the links work. Make sure that they're being received. Make sure that, everything is functional and that the whole system is coded to you to make sure that you're getting credit for anyone that becomes a lead and becomes a new member on your team. So that's first and foremost. I tell people it's like a car wash, right? If you own a car wash, you wouldn't start waving people into the front of the car wash until you knew that those hoses were working and the brushes worked and the soap worked and the dryers worked and everything was functional. So just test your system out before you do it. What's that?
Sorry.
Okay.
Jumping out here.
So I want you to test out your system first, right? If you're a brand new member of mine, I want you to make sure the system works. And then once you know it works, now start out putting together a list of different types of content that you want to share with your market. And you have to decide based on your own personal budget, right? Once you get as far into the product line as you can, right? Once you have either purchased all in, you've gotten all your products, you own every single product that Empower Network offers, and you take full ownership of your business. Once you own all your products, now you're in a position to start doing paid marketing. If you're not all in, all right, you should not be doing any paid marketing at all, because that money that you could be using to using for paid marketing should be allocated towards your education. It should be allocated towards learning how to build a successful business, how to become a successful online entrepreneur, how to be a solo entrepreneur, a small business owner. Those products are critical. If you're not all in yet, you shouldn't be spending a penny on your traffic or lead generation. Once you're all in, now you can start doing paid traffic. But again, you have to build up to that. I never recommend to anybody in the beginning of their experience to go with paid traffic yet, because they don't even understand their funnel. Even if they've tested it out, you want to start with free and very low cost marketing and advertising. And when I say low cost, I'm talking about things like buying a domain from, say, GoDaddy or Namecheap or any of these autoresponder companies domain registration companies where you can buy a domain and then forward it to your lead capture page, and maybe buy a domain for your bridge page. So for people who have already opted in, they don't have to go through your lead capture page again. You send them a link directly to your bridge page, or maybe right to the video sales letter, right? So I'll give you an example. I have work with AaronRashkin.com. I have worked directly with AaronRashkin.com. I have joinAaronRashkin.com, right? Each domain points to a different page of my funnel based on who I'm sending that traffic to, or who I'm sending that link to, should I say. And then once I learn my funnel, right, and I understand how the funnel works and I understand the flow of everyday business, then I would get into a paid marketing position, or I'd do a solo ad, or I would do some kind of traffic program where I can, get traffic to my lead capture page and, generate leads that way. But I wouldn't recommend to anybody to jump into paid traffic. I've seen so many people, I've seen thousands of people waste thousands of dollars getting all in, thinking that they are up to speed on what it takes to become successful, wasting a ton of money and trying to figure out what they did wrong. The key to it is to work with a successful mentor, work with a coach, work with somebody who's already got the results, somebody who understands the funnel, somebody who understands the market, somebody who understands copywriting, somebody who understands direct response, right? Making sure that everything is functional before you start getting into some of that heavier paid traffic and so forth. So for now, in the beginning, get your system running, be a product of the product, right? Make sure that you go through your products. And I would recommend allocating about 20% of your available time right now. So if you have, let's just say you have an hour a day to put into your business. We'll be conservative. If you have an hour a day to put into your business, well, 80% of that hour is roughly about 45, maybe 50 minutes, right? 50 minutes of the hour, right, should be allocated towards production, creating content, writing an article, shooting a video, doing a blog post, putting your video on your blog, right? Making sure your article is on your blog, right? Getting the content down before you start sharing it with other people, right? But because the key right now, right now in this world economy we live in is, content is the new currency, especially in home business, especially in what we do on the internet. People are constantly looking for information. And when you can provide the information that your market is looking for already, it's kind of like merging onto a highway, right? When you merge onto a highway, when you drive, right, you don't just go straight in on the traffic. You have to kind of smooth into it, right? That's why the on-ramps are curved, so that when you get on an on-ramp, you don't just go straight in at a 90-degree angle and then turn right, and then you're driving with the traffic. You just kind of smooth in. It's like coming in for a landing. If you're flying a jet plane and you're coming in like this, you're going to crash and burn. You got to come in nice and smooth, right? So you glide right in. You're basically entering into a conversation with your market that they're already having in their own mind about how they can solve the problems that they're facing in their business right now or facing in their life right now. And a lot of that has to do with paying off bills, getting out of debt, right? Reducing some of the financial pressures, taking some of the stress off of people and their families, right? Helping couples get through some of the tough times, being able to pay for their kids' schooling or maybe activities, or promising or making good on a promise that they made to the kids about taking them to Disney World or some family vacation, right? When you can enter into that conversation with your market, they feel good about what you're sharing with them if they have already gotten a chance to know, like, and trust you. And this is why exposure after exposure after exposure, it takes time to create that relationship. And it doesn't mean you have to get on the phone and have conversations with people. Sometimes when they say, we're in relationship marketing, the relationship could just be one way. I don't know, 99.9% of the people who have joined me in Empower Network, and there's now almost 1,900 of them. I've enrolled almost 1,900 people, and I've only had maybe a dozen conversations with people who were friends of mine that I've known in the industry for a long time that wanted to know if this was real, if it was really happening, and if it could happen for them.
Awesome. So much awesome content. I mean, I hope you guys will have access to the recording after this. I know he just packed full of content there. Just one last question before you head off. I know you're a busy guy, but I wanted to learn a little bit about how much you've been able to influence people on being a customer based on you investing time and energy into your own personal growth by listening to daily audio, by reading daily, and also attending events. How has that helped you to be able to not only personally grow, but also to, kind of influence people to become customers?
Right. Well, first and foremost, when it comes to leadership, if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead anybody else. So you have to here's the thing. You have to be an example of success for other people. And that's the only thing that you're ever going to owe your leads. It's the only thing you're going to ever owe your team. That's the only thing you're going to ever owe the other associates or the teams that you work closely with, is to be an example of success. And if you can't lead yourself, how could you lead other people? So we're all going to be the same, 1 year from today, except for the books we read, the audios we listen to, the videos we watch, and the people we model and mentor with, right? And so if you want to stay the same, if you want 2016 to be exactly like 2015, right, then do exactly what you did last year. But if you want things to be better this year, you have to do different things, right? They say for things to change, you have to change. That means reading new books, listening to better audios, listening to more videos, modeling different people, mentoring with different people, coaching with different people, getting in front of different resources and getting in front of different people of influence so that you can pick up and model what they're doing, right? I said earlier that, the words and phrases, their words and phrases become your words and phrases. And you can't just repeat things like a recorder. You have to live those things. One of the reasons, Kim, that I've been able to experience so much success in the last 7 years, right? I've been in 3 different companies over the last 7 years. My first 2 companies, I made over $1 million in both companies. And then I came to Empower Network because I saw that Dave Wood was doing something that I wasn't doing, which was generating free traffic by blogging. Now, I did blog for all those years. I actually blogged long before David Wood even got on the internet. I've been blogging long before he even showed up. However, I wasn't aware that you could use your blog to drive traffic, to generate traffic and leads. I was making a lot of sales, but I didn't understand the front end of that funnel. And when I started blogging with Empower Network, I went on to make my third, I became a 3-time 7-figure earner in Empower Network with very little ease. I actually, I have 2 full-time assistants. So I had 2 full-time assistants when I crossed the $1 million mark. And they figured out that I worked about 520 hours in the year that I crossed the $1 million mark. In the entire year, I worked 520 hours. I averaged about 10 hours a week in my business, which is roughly about 2 hours, an hour to 2 hours a day. And sometimes it would only be like 3 or 4 days a week I would do this. And I learned how to leverage my time, energy, and effort, not just through other people, but through the automation and the technology. And I learned that by listening to audios, by reading books, by ordering products off the internet, investing in myself and my education, working with other people who have had far better results than I have had, coaching with people that have made 5 times and 10 times the money that I have had, watching what they do, paying attention, plugging in, and staying the course.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for, spending that 10 hours, a part of that $10 with us, today. We really, really appreciate it. Are you going to be in Nashville?
Yeah, I'll be there. I will see you guys there, I'm sure.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot of team members. So hopefully, we want to, of course, as a team, invite you to take a big picture with us. We're going to have a lot of amazing people there. We're bringing a lot of team members. And so we're excited to take pictures with you and shoot a couple videos. And, we really appreciate your time today. And, have, of course, a gorgeous day in your tank top.
Yeah, it's beautiful here in Colorado today. It's about 65 degrees and sunny. So
yeah. Do you have any other tips or advice before you take off and enjoy the rest of your day?
Yeah, there's so many things I could share. I do have to run here. I will say this, though. The key to success is to find somebody who's already doing what you set out to achieve and just model and pay attention to exactly what they're doing daily. I mean, between you, Kim, and Duran, and of course TJ. I know some of you guys. I don't know everybody on this team, but I do know some of you are, living examples of what's possible. I saw, I think it was the other day, a $7,000 week by, I think it was TJ. Was it? Or is it Duran?
Duran did a $7,000, and then TJ, yeah, he's been hitting the 4-figure weeks too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. If you guys really want to become successful, just stay tuned into their station, plug in, pay attention, do the work, commit to your future, right? We're all going to be somewhere in a year from today, right? Again, where do you want to be, right? If you do the reading, if you read the books and you listen to the audios and you listen and you watch the videos and you stay plugged in, it's like a microwave oven. You don't see this happening on the inside, but on the outside, you'll notice changes very quickly. And if you go down deep for the next 90 days, right, show up in Nashville, get to the events, meet the leaders, listen to what they're sharing, implement the strategies, right? Speed of implementation is everything. If you just hang around the flagpole long enough and you do the work, they say if your 10 best friends are successful, well, you're going to be the next one in line. So just be around the people and just never let go of or never lose sight of your dreams and goals, and never let go of what you came here for in the first place.
Definitely. And, we have that culture inside of here every single day. You guys, we're here for freedom. We're here to help you accomplish your dreams. So, Aaron, you've been a huge part of that today. So we really, really thank you for your time and, your value. You're a heart-centered leader. So, we love you. Thank you so much, spending time with us. And I cannot wait to see you in Nashville. I'm going to give you a big hug.
All right. Well, it's great to see you all, and thanks for having me out. And I'll be on the Hangout, so I'll be seeing you guys again real soon.
Yes. Take care, Aaron. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You guys too. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Woo! That was awesome.
What I so love about this platform, this Empower Network community, is that guys like Aaron Rashkin, he's 7-figure earner in Empower Network, talking on stages on Empower Network events. He is in a lot of training, in the education training in Empower, where we all learn from, He's just jumping on our Hangout. He's working side by side with so many people in Empower. You can reach out to him. He's sharing his strategies, how he became a 7-figure earner with anyone, this is the beauty. I just want to mention that. Don't you think so, Justin, Kim? The beauty of Empower Network is, Jerome brought Aaron in, and I just wanted to mention that this is an awesome community. I have heard so many stories from other people and other companies, with all the respect for other companies, but where the leaders keep their strategies for themselves. And there are a lot of leaders who jumped over from other companies to Empower because they were attracted by this sharing and heart-centered atmosphere here, where people work side by side and help each other. Just this team is proof of that, you know. I just had to bring that out. And that was an awesome interview, Kim. And that was awesome, John. Thank you so much for bringing Aaron to our Freedom Lifestyles team.
Yeah, Jerome, thank you so much. It's so easy, you know, to be able to talk to, you know, these leaders, because they are real people, guys. And you're here, you know, when you make that decision that you're in the home-based business industry for life, and when you connect with, you know, leaders like Aaron Rashkin, and you're going to events and you're being a product of the product, and you're following 8 core commitments, and you do all those commitments on a daily basis, you know, you're not far behind Aaron. You're not. Like, literally, he's sitting there in Colorado in his tank top working 10 hours a week. You're going to be there as long as you make that decision to commit, to do what it takes, to build your list, build a relationship with that list, and then monetize your list. Those 3 steps that he just went through with you. Of course, we're going to have the recording, because that was so much information. I was just trying to like dial in. I'm like, what question am I going to ask him next? What value can we get out of him to bring to our team here? So we'll have that recording for you in the Freedom Lifestyles Hub. So it was freaking awesome hanging out. I say awesome a lot, guys. So just slap me if I'm saying it a lot when you're with me in person.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hey, before we going to share with you some awesome updates about, you know, what's happening. There are discounts coming. There are new, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. I just want to just shout out to Kim because she is always doing a great job. But like, especially last week, she was working so hard in the Freedom Lifestyles Hub. She put out there a room share thread for people who coming to the Nashville event. I just want to mention that lots of people are coming to the Nashville event, the end of April, 21, 22, 23. Heard you say that in English. And so room share is taken care of. When the hotel is officially, you don't have to worry about paying your own room. We're going to hook you up together. It's going to be fun. And there was another thing that you did. Oh, yeah, there's a mastermind going on of a entrepreneur friend in Empower Network, Farshawn Burridge. You can read that as well in the Freedom Lifestyle Hub. If you would like to learn extra right before the event, and going to masterminds actually have changed my business a lot. Like, you're gonna learn another way, you know, because you're in a mansion and you go through trainings. Well, that's actually a good tip. And there was something else, Kim, that you did, because there was something I forgot.
A lot of team stuff. It's been a great week. No, but the thing about the masterminds, guys, the masterminds are about implementation. Okay, you do like dive into some strategies there for sure. You know, we're going to teach you those foundational strategies. I mean, those strategies are already in our trainings, right? But we're allowing like that over the shoulder, hands-on support where you have your mentors literally over your shoulder looking into your business and helping you implement and connect the dots. Because I know we're really trying to make everything as systemized as possible. I know Rachel Rand, she's doing a ton of techie training, you know, and she's been in the business for a few weeks now, and she's already shooting tutorials for new members. She's already doing so much. So thank you so much, Rachel, for doing that. But, you know, those masterminds are there for us to really help you implement and get like all the dots connected, and then also have a game plan moving forward, you know, on how to continue building, and also how to 10x your business until the next event. And then it's like we have this leapfrog, right, where you start off kind of like, you know, just moving along, and then you're implementing, getting results, and then a boom event, and then explosion, and then you just kind of keep going like this, and then every single event, your income increases. There was
Kim.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my first event was Nashville last year. So literally, by the time we get to that event, it'll be 12 months since my first Empower event,
And when we met and fell in love.
Yeah, me and Kim fell in love. And that love will never, ever go away.
No.
But I can't wait to see you. I get to see you, like, before everyone else sees you. It's pretty cool.
I know, picking you up at the airport.
I know, so cool.
Anyway, go ahead.
So my first event in April was, I think I'd made a few $100s online. And as soon as I left, I had... When was the next event? Our next event was in Bali. So, you know, it wasn't exactly Empower, but it was Empower based.
Right.
And when I left in April last year, May was my first, like, $6,000 or $7,000 month, and then from then onwards until the end of the year, I had over 10K months every month. And then when I got to Bali, and then Orlando, it was like $15,000 months. So just remember that these events change lives, and it changed my life forever. So that's why I keep going to them. That's why I'm going to jump out of my nice weather in Central America and jump into the event and see you guys for the weekend.
Yeah, and we really appreciate that, Justin. And
just before we go, Kim, like in Orlando, I know like Aaron is like a 7-figure earner, but I promise you, he's just one of us. I got to spend a couple of hours in the green room behind the stage with him, and I got to share the stage with him. And it wasn't because I was a 7-figure earner. I was a 6-figure earner at that time, which is still great, but he's just another person, okay? Don't think he's like don't think he's some god that's up there that you can't do. He's just some normal person who talks just like us. And you know what? He would if he wasn't coming on so professional, have no doubt that he would just joke around with us. But I know he put on his professional face today because that's who he is. That's what we wanted him to do today. So just remember that. Sorry, I'm a bit sick today, so just excuse me for being a bit nasally, but just remember that thank you. Just remember, he's just a normal person, and anyone can be that person as well. So yeah,
that's a good point that you mentioned, Justin.
Yeah.
What I shared last time, I wrote a blog about it. Like, I remember when my first event, I was sitting next to people that I just met in Empower Network when I just started. And 2 events later, they were right on stage, you know. And 2 events before, they were just like newbies. They had no idea. And we're all normal people. It's so just the platform to create rising stars. And
you know, like it's great because, you know, the second Empower event, the second official Empower event I went to was I spoke on the stage 3 times. And I just want not to. I don't brag. You guys don't see, like, I don't pitch money out there ever. Like I just don't. You guys are. I know that some people are a bit more like focused on showing their results. Kim has to like beg me to show my results, and I just don't. But what I want you guys to understand is that I didn't go and share my results to get on stage. I didn't do certain things to get on stage. I just got asked to go on stage, and I got on there 3 times in my second Empower event because I was, you know, obviously the creators of Empower know how much I earn, so that they want me on stage to teach them some techniques. And you know, the great thing about what I do is that it's all free techniques. And Aaron even said it. I'm still a newbie. I'm 12 months into this, and you know, and I still use free techniques to bring in my income. So yeah, hold your heads high, guys, and have high hopes, because you should.
Right.
And about that free technique, we are blessed with Justin, with your Instagram training. Justin, for everyone who doesn't know what techniques Justin is talking about, Justin is well known for his results having with Instagram. And Instagram is a free traffic generation strategy. Like, who doesn't know Instagram? And what Justin, since we collaborated, like Kim, Dirk and I, and Kim and Justin, we created this team together. Although we have different downlines, we just created a team because we love each other, because we met on events, because we have something to offer. Like Kim and I, we created a team structure. Justin already had a great big team and a great strategy. And now we can all benefit from each other. So everyone who goes all in this team get this strategy for free. It's like a training that Justin doesn't share to anyone, and I know it's for sale. You have to buy it normally. It's a free bonus when you get all in this team. And if you're not all in and you just skill up to the to some training like the inner circle audios, the top producer formula, the team builder formula, and you talk with your sponsor and you have your funnel set up, what Aaron was describing, it's the first prior thing. See, you gotta build your funnel and then talk to your sponsor, and your sponsor can help you with some automation in your Instagram. But we're not gonna give the strategy away, but you will benefit from Justin's Instagram training. And we are grateful for that. I just wanna have a shout out for you as well, Justin, because our team is duplicating so amazingly well. And if we haven't had access to your training, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't just have happened. Thank you for that, Justin.
My pleasure, Muriel.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
We
And
love you.
I just
go ahead.
seriously, just if you're on the fence about coming to Nashville, just come. That's it. Just come.
Yeah. We'll make it worth your while for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And
isn't it about time to gonna share some awesome bonuses and updates from the Empower Network side?
I mean, besides the one, well, I guess what I didn't cover was we're going to have another Make Money Saturday, March 26th. Okay, guys, so mark your date, mark your calendar, March 26th. It's a Saturday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. There's going to be another Saturday webinar that's going to be 5 hours long, full of content. This is something you don't want to miss, guys. If you missed this last one because you didn't qualify, you want to qualify for this next, this next webinar, because literally we have the leaders sharing exactly what to do, because most of you want to earn over 10K a month online. And if that's you, then you want to do your best to get to that six-figure club level, because that six-figure club level is exactly what the title says. It's how to earn six figures, and you get access to that education. So that's one. Another quick shout out, Monday, midnight Eastern time, okay? That's the deadline for the $500 discount for everyone who is already a six-figure builder. That's a $500 discount on the mass influence formula, okay? Also, if you haven't gone to the six-figure builder yet, you have until midnight Monday to grab a $200 discount, okay? So you have the time to save money on your education, right? It's like getting a scholarship for university, except this is like make money, make seven-figure type of scholarship, right? So I just wanted to kind of end today with that call to action. Mark your calendars, reach out to your sponsor. Like, you guys all made the decision to make this happen, right? So get in touch with your sponsor on what you need to do to get the resources, to get your education, or to get to the next event, because we want you guys to be the highest paid affiliates inside of Empower Network. We don't just say that, we mean it. And that's why we bring seven-figure earners to our hangouts. So that way you guys are constantly surrounding yourself with people who have the life that you want, who are only working 10 hours a week, but making 7 figures a year doing it. Shit, right? That stuff's awesome. Awesome. So
I have something to add,
ahead.
for those people on here who are like prior in another business. Like I know we have people from Kiani, I know we have people from Jeunesse, I know we have people from Beachbody, I know we have people from other companies. We still have a restaurant, You gotta understand that that is a business. And to learn how to promote that, you need education that's working these days on the internet. And then if you don't want to be an affiliate of Empower Network, we don't care. But, your business is worth what you invest in it. If it's your Empower Network business, if it's your restaurant business, we invested in Empower Network training, to make our restaurant grow because we were bankrupt with another one. We grew the other one, so we saved our heads. So, I just wanted to mention that your business is worth what you invest in it. Think about these days what an education to be a nurse will cost you. You need to invest in education. And is there a guarantee for getting the ideal job? What does a nurse earn these days? I met a nurse. She was, paying like thousands and thousands of dollars of education. And then she got to work like a lot of years after, she wasn't able to pay off her study loans. And it was tiring, hard work. And I just mentioned this because these are questions we get daily from people like, why do I need to get all in? I don't even want to promote Empower Network. No, but if you have another business or if you want to promote Empower Network, you need serious education for that.
Definitely.
Hey, Muriel.
Go ahead, Justin.
So, when you talk about nursing, I'm actually sitting next to a Belgian, so you guys can speak in Dutch if you want. But she's actually a nurse back home, and she was just like nodding her head. She's listening with me right now, and she's nodding her head, just going, whatever you just said is so true. Like she's like the bottom of the barrel for her earnings, right? Like it's ridiculous, and for such a important job, it just doesn't make sense. And it's frustrating to hear from her and hear from you, Muriel, that's happening because it shouldn't be. They should be the highest paid out there, just like doctors are. So anyway, shit. But there are possibilities out there to change your life, and yeah, I'm gonna give her some tips on changing her life.
Oh, Justin. He's like one of the best guys to bump elbows with as like, just a business person. Of course, I love bumping elbows as a friend, but because he's just so loving and he just wants to help tons of people. And seriously, Justin, that's how you are. It's just amazing. When I get around him, I just like want to solve all the world's problems.
No, we just wait for Nashville.
I know, right?
We'll solve everything.
He's so noisy in Nashville. I remember, thanks to Elizabeth, the other great thing, Kim, that you were doing the last week is putting out stuff for t-shirts,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not really a printed t-shirt person, and I saw like the chats around like, yeah, just do like all sizes fits all, and I was like, no, I want to, I just want to pretty. But Kim, thank you, great job for taking care. We're gonna have team t-shirts, we're gonna brand ourselves as a very cool, loving, heart-centered, the Freedom Lifestyles team.
Yeah. We're really excited, and so just to top it off, great value today, guys. Thank you so much for staying. Of course, we usually say like a half an hour, we're going to cut it off, but we keep on going an hour. But we love you guys so much, and we want to just give you tons of value to take home and then just freaking kick ass in your business. So just wanted to thank you guys for spending the hour with us. And, of course, if you have any questions, reach out inside of the Freedom Lifestyles Hub in the Q&A section. And what's up?
I forgot, of course, one small thing. Okay, I created, it was Dirk's idea, a small MLM related training for all those people who are from other companies jumping in Empower and wonder, how can Empower Network help me grow my business? So we got this question a lot. I created a 30-minute short training about it, and it will be in the Files tab in the Freedom Lifestyles Hub. Files tab in there, accessible for everyone who is a member of the Freedom Lifestyles team and who joined Empower Network. So we're gonna put it there, I think tomorrow or today. I had to do it earlier, but sorry about it that it took so long. I had to take care of some techie stuff. But remember, then it's there for you. So whether you are from another company and you are curious, how can this help me? Or you have new team members who ask you this question, just send them to that training and let them watch it and connect with them and talk it over, because there are some cool plans in there.
And guys, like, honestly, if you're here today and you just listened to Aaron Rashkin, he laid out the foundation of any business, right? You got to build a list, you have to build a relationship with that list, and you have to monetize that list. And literally that's for any business, right? Brick and mortar business, other business opportunities, Empower Network, whatever. And if you were at that 6-figure builder training that was just yesterday, your answer, like that question would have been answered for you there, because Justin Varengia literally spent 2.5, 3 hours sharing how to get 30 leads per day. And it was on Facebook PPC. And literally it's for any business. And that training you can apply to any business. So you guys, if you have those questions, like Muriel put together this awesome plan, but I'm here to give you the dirty truth. Like Empower Network tells you the foundation on how to build a successful business in any kind of industry possible, okay? I know that because I was a brick and mortar business owner. I was a gym owner. And if I knew this shit, I would have had gyms all across the world, right? I know. So just let you know, that's how it is. But we got to let you guys go. We have our all-in training that's happening. I'll share the link with you guys in our all-in chat. Again, thank you, team, for being here. We love you. And we'll be here again next week, 4 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And we'll be communicating more with you on updates and events and everything inside of our Freedom Lifestyles Hub. Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Woo!